we think of India, we think of a beautiful distant land of mystery and scores of people. India is about 1.25 million square miles, which is about 1/3 of the area of the United States. The population is near 4 times the number of people living in the United States. That's over 1 billion people. Although Hindi, English, and 16 other languages are amongst the 18 official languages, there are altogether over 1,600 dialects. India has become known as the land of 1,000,000 gods. Indians are very religious. Most are Hindus, but others are Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jains, or animists. Let's see a little more of the people, their land, and daily lives as we tell you about Evangel Ministries. There are many modes of transportation, some slow, some fast. All have to contend with the crowds of people.
There are two of those. Huge.
It's the faces that draw you into the soul of India.
This is called Jugaad, handmade.
Evangel Press is located in Tiruvalla, found in the state of Kerala in southern India. The press was started in 1978 and has become financially self-sufficient. George and John Varghese had a vision for printing gospel tracts to evangelize the people of India, and out of that vision many have had the opportunity to read and hear the gospel. There are 2 offset printing machines, and the press has their own desktop publishing units. This new commercial-grade bookbinding machine was installed in March of 2004. Employed by Evangel Press are professional printers, managers, graphic designers, folders, and collators. Each one is dedicated to not only the business, but to the furthering of the kingdom. While John manages Evangel Ministries across the state of Kerala, Junie oversees the daily operation of Evangel Press. Her knowledge of press operations and excellent people skills keeps things running daily.
Do you remember any pictures?
Yep.
Calicut Theological College is nestled in an all-Hindu neighborhood. If you look out from the top of the school, you will see miles of lush, tropical trees and vegetation. Vegetation as far as the eye can see. Do not be fooled by that. There are many people living under the canopy of green. There are many people who need the love of Christ, but do not even know about His goodness. They worship Hindu gods. As you contemplate that thought, you begin to understand the importance of the ministry of the college. Devoted administrators, professors, and local pastors oversee and teach the young seminary students. Quarterly, pastor seminars are held at the school to encourage both the pastors and inspire the students. Here are young men dedicating themselves to learning the scriptures and how to plant new missions throughout the region. Most of these individuals bring almost nothing to the school. They sleep on a simple bed made of wood with a fabric mat on top of it. They share their quarters, cook their own food, and live side by side with the other men in the school. After 3 years of intense study, they are ready to venture out into the mission field, which is their India, and the people they love.
The southern half of the state has a lot of Marthoma Christians and Pentecostals and churches and missions, but the northern half is mostly unreached.
The Hospitality House, the third mission of Evangel, was launched in April of 2004. There is a state-run hospital in Calicut which services the poorest of the poor. Hundreds of people wait outside of this facility to be treated or are waiting outside for loved ones being serviced inside. This medical complex is a city in and of itself.
So this is a city by itself, and there are no churches in the neighborhood. So we are going to start a ministry to the people who come here and the neighborhood. Hospitality. This is the women and children's department. And at 2 o'clock in the night you can go through here and the crowd is almost like this. So we will have a missionary family live there, and they will be visiting in the hospital, visiting patients, pray with them. And many of the people who come to this hospital are the poorest of the poor in the country. So we will ask some of them to come and get a meal or take a bath there and take a shower there, take some rest. The people who bring the patients, and sometimes the patients who are discharged from the hospital. So we will have prayer services in the house. So it will be a place of evangelism and caring for the poor.
The Hospitality House will serve as an oasis of rest and relaxation for those who are weary and in need of a place to be fed and refreshed.
ജീവൻ നൽകി വീണ്ടെടുത്തല്ലോ.
If you could look up Evangel Ministries in your dictionary, it would say, devotion to God, single-minded focus, vision for a people, spreading the gospel, loving your neighbor, generosity, sacrifice, and people of integrity.